All right. So, tell me about this project of yours. I'm so excited about it. So, take it away. I want to hear all the story
Of
about it.
course. So it's called Jurassic Reborn, and it is a dinosaur movie. And I'm part of a team of scientists who are working to resurrect the Velociraptor. Specifically, I'm responsible for developing a growth serum to help these dinosaurs mature more quickly. And needless to say, things go a bit awry, and we end up with not just velociraptors, but velociraptors that keep getting larger. And so as a team of scientists, have to race to escape the island and save our lives.
Now, you a Jurassic fan before this, or were you
Oh yeah,
just
yeah, no, no, for sure, 100%. When I thought about making movies as a kid and wanted to get into making films, like I got my first camera, I was always making like sci-fi adventures and that whole genre of resurrecting lost species or pursuing cryptoids. It was always fascinating to me.
very nice? And I should decide when my brother got married, him and his wife walked to the Jurassic Park theme song into their reception.
I love that. That is amazing. The problem is, I would stop the wedding ceremony in order to like hum along with the song and also like be wary of crossing any dinosaurs that might be waiting in the hallway for me.
That would have been the only thing to make the wedding better, because seriously, it was like the best wedding ever. But
You know what you should have done is you should have gotten like one of those guys that do like the puppet like walking with dinosaurs things to like be the ring bearer and like lead the bride down
I
the
wish he would have thought of that. I wish the two of them would have thought of that because that would have been amazing. Well, they could have a vow renewal and do that.
They could. Well, file it away for the next renewal.
I will. Yeah. So, what would you say was the biggest challenge about playing this role?
So the role itself was great for me because it is such a reflection of who I am in life, which is I'm pretty geeky. I like to say that I live at the intersection of art and science, and if I wasn't going to be an actor, I'd be a scientist. The real challenge, though, is with a production of this scale, it's a very, very aggressive shooting schedule. And so we had to like hit the ground running and be like ready to adapt to any challenges that come in because there's no time to like extend the length of the shoot. And so we all had to kind of work together as a team to make sure we got this thing across the finish line.
Or like, without giving too much away, what's your favorite scene to film?
Yeah, I have to be careful about giving any spoilers here, but I would love to say that it was just a thrill to get to work with Daniel Baldwin in a couple of scenes. I won't say in what capacity, but we to get an opportunity to work with a veteran actor like that and his energy and the types of things that I can learn from him when he came on to set was just amazing. Specifically, he always found ways to keep things fresh from take to take. So often, you get into rhythm and you end up doing, the same performance take after take after take, and that gives no room for the editors when they're editing this thing in post. So with each take, he came in with fresh ideas, and we just explored it and played together, and it was just such a thrill and honor to get a chance to work with him.
In what ways would you say you relate to your character, or if you don't, which characteristics of your character do you wish you had?
Oh, well, of course. Like I said, I am a geek at heart, and so the character I play, Dr. Jerry Wilson, is very much a geek. And one of the things that we have in common is that we're both very detail oriented to the point that we sometimes miss the big picture. We get so like lost in what we're doing that we don't pay attention to things that are going on around us. I think the other thing that's interesting about him too is that he's the sort that is a lot more he's a bit socially awkward, and I would kind of put myself in that category as well. And he is more afraid of interacting with people than he is with, creating dinosaurs in the lab. So like he'll just throw himself into his work, and again sort of lose track of what's going on around.
Incredible. And I can tell just by listening to you how much you absolutely love this role, love this project. It's like you're glowing talking about it,
Oh,
if that
thank
makes any
you.
sort of
Well,
sense.
I will say this was like a dream project for me. I've had the opportunity to work with Asylum in the past before. I got to do Independence Day, ENTS apostrophe, back in 2015, and that was my first favorite experience. And this is now my new favorite experience because I love the genre so much. And like I said, when I was a kid growing up, these were exactly the kinds of films that I wanted to be making. So I'm just so thrilled to have been a part of it.
Nice. And what's next for you now that everyone's getting ready for this movie and to enjoy it? So what's next?
Of course. So the next project that I have on my plate, it's another sci-fi film. It's a parody of John Carpenter's The Thing. And without giving too much away, I'll just give you the log line for it. So imagine that it's a different Arctic base or Antarctic base. That is being possessed by things, but instead of being, filled with explorers, this base is filled with therapists, and it's called the Theraping, and they all have to use their therapy skills to figure out who's the thing and how are they going to survive.
Nice. And what thing I like asking people I interview is tell me a fun fact about yourself.
So, like I said, am a geek through and through to the degree that when I was a kid, one of my dreams was to go looking for the Loch Ness monster, and so I have twice now gone to Scotland as an adult to kind of to like live out that childhood fantasy. I did not find any monsters, mind you, but I did get to go horseback riding through the Highlands, overlooking the loch, and it was just one of the most breathtaking experiences that I've ever had.
That is incredible. It's such a good TV set. What are you watching these days?
What am I not watching these days? I'm really getting into like I said, I'm a fan of sci-fi, so like Black Mirror is always a go-to for me. I haven't watched it yet, but Severance is on my watch list, so I'd like to get into that. And yeah.
Where can we follow you on social media so we can continue to follow this amazing career of yours?
Thank you. Well, I the joke I like to make is that I might be the Jurassic dinosaur in this case because I do not have any social media, but you can follow me on my website, www.castbill.com.
I love it. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you, and I can't wait to talk again soon.
Sammy, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me. This was a pleasure.
Likewise, you have a wonderful weekend.
Thanks, you too now. Bye bye.
Thanks. Bye.